What scares you? What are your fears? What keeps you from doing the things that you want to do? Welcome back to Miller's in Motion. This is going to be what I like to call a Jason video. If you're unfamiliar with Jason from Our Not So Perfect Life, he posted a video a week or so ago now from the day of recording this, talking about how he wasn't inspired, but how he still went through, picked up the camera and came up with a video. And I texted him and I said, man, you might not have been inspired, but that was an inspiring video. And so it encouraged me to get in front of the camera and talk a little bit more openly and a little bit more raw about fear. Here pretty soon, you're gonna start to hear a tagline from us a whole lot more called Experience More. So we feel it's our mission because we have a little bit less fear when it comes to going out and doing things, whether it's selling our house and buying a fifth wheel and moving into it full time, going to a foreign country for the first time and trying to do what the locals do. There's so many things that you could be fearful of. Snakes, I'm terrified of snakes. In fact, let's head to a different campground. And I'm just gonna full on pick a rig and let's just see if we can talk to somebody and just ask them what's their biggest fear. All right, so what's your biggest fear?
Like in life or RVs?
Yes.
I think my biggest fear is failure. In general, whatever you're doing, failing at it, which is a little, contradictory because you don't learn unless you fail. So, but still, I think it's failure.
So with the fear that we had selling the house, moving into the rig, how did you personally feel like you were able to overcome that fear and actually still want to do everything?
I think that before we made any decisions, we prayed about it an awful lot to make sure that we were listening and getting the guidance that we needed. And then I think I tried to think about everything logically. So having both of those together helped me take a lot of the emotion out of that. And whenever you take the emotion out, you can take a lot of the fear out.
All right. I'm just gonna barge in. Let's see what these people's biggest fear is. I'm hitting you with the camera fast.
What's going on? How you doing?
Good, Maddie. How are you?
Good, good.
This is Lauren, by the way. You guys have never met her.
I do exist.
Exactly.
I do exist.
I've seen you on video.
How are you?
Hi, good, sorry.
It's either got great AI or you're real.
Yeah.
I hire people. No, I'm just kidding. All right. What's y'all's biggest fear?
The biggest fear. You want me to kill the AC? Steve?
Biggest fear, snakes.
That's mine.
Ooh, I'm gonna say spiders.
So, in all honesty, from whatever you guys did prior to full-timing, what was your actual biggest fear in that process?
Coming into RVing.
Yeah.
Not finding a spot to camp. Because the rig we chose to go full-timing in last year was a toy hauler, and so we needed at least a 60-foot site for that back patio to come down.
Mine was simple. I didn't want to hate it. I didn't want to spend a fortune and be like, oh god, this sucks.
So,
It's true.
yours is easy to overcome. You just find a site.
Yeah.
But the fear of not getting into it, or getting into it and going, oh crap,
Right.
how did you overcome that?
It's just money. Worst case scenario is just money. And we are, based on our name, but we're very much we're not risk adverse. So for us, it's like the bigger regret wasn't doing it and hating it. The bigger regret would be not doing it and going, what if?
Yeah.
So for us, it was just straight, okay, we're in.
So if you haven't figured out, we actually do know them. I didn't just pick a random site.
Knocking on trailers.
I don't know if that's how implied I may have done this. But this is Chris and Martha. They are the venturesome couple, and they were the first people, I technically met in the RV YouTube world way back in Florida when we were still looking at rigs and buying rigs. So I've jokingly dubbed them our RV Sherpas officially. So. And Callie's in between my legs now. So if you don't follow them and you live under a rock, you should go follow them. So,
Absolutely.
other than YouTube, what are your handles on everything else?
That's
So
all usually.
Venturesome Couple on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then Twitter is Venturesome CPL because Venturesome Couple is too long.
At least you don't have hyphens like we do in stars in random places because somebody took the other ones.
That's just
Give
rude.
them back. So it's actually a few days later, but we've talked a whole lot about fear. Now, what are the benefits of overcoming that fear and getting out? Whether you're scared of snakes or really just anything, it's overcoming that fear to drive to what you want. So what do you want to do? What are the dreams side of everything that we've been talking about? You know, for Lauren and I, the dream of traveling more with our home essentially and having all of our things and be able to go out and experience more, like we talked about earlier, was such a big deal for us. Do you have a fear of flying? You know, I'm standing in the airport right now, getting ready to go visit my parents, which you guys will actually see in the next video. But a lot of people are scared of flying, but the benefit of that is I get to go see my parents really quickly. Sorry, there's a plane like parking right here. But overcoming that fear and getting on an airplane, I don't have that fear by the way, but if you do, overcoming that fear and getting on an airplane can open up a whole new world, literally a whole new world, because while we love the RV life, it can only take us so far. A little insight too is if you don't know what I do for a living a whole lot, yes, I'm a golf pro, yes, I do a lot of different things, but I also run a group and special event travel for a travel agency with a buddy of mine, so I'm a partner in that process. And so if you ever have questions, reach out to us, reach out to me. I would like to get people to get out of their comfort zone. I'm working on an event in Mexico right now, and the biggest thing we get is people are scared of actually going to Mexico. And it's a beautiful country. The people are amazing. The food's phenomenal. The beaches, the views. Oh my gosh. So getting out and overcoming that fear. Now, how do we do that? For Lauren and I, that's doing research and understanding what we're getting into. But, a big drive for us is to help people get out. That's really, since we sold the house and bought the RV and documented that process, we've lacked a direction in the channel. And we came together and sat down, and this is really the direction we want to go, is we want to help people get out maybe just slightly of that comfort zone and go experience more, hence our tagline. Another thing for us too is, we put a lot of our faith, trust, security in God. And I know that this might not go over super well on YouTube, but that's a big part of who we are and what we do, and is an underlying tone in everything we do. So we're not going to shy away from that. We pray and we think about those things, and we try to listen to His guidance in our decision-making process. So, you have to have faith sometimes that, that want to do something that you feel inside of you is maybe placed there by Him. So Jason, if you're watching this, I truly appreciate the inspiration for us to talk about these types of things. So, buddy, I owe you a Dutch Bros. But I got to go catch my flight to Wisconsin. So as a little teaser for next week, make sure and catch up with us and see what we're doing up in Wisconsin. Bye, guys. Bye, Mom.